Hello. Hello. We are talking about the recent report released by the General Accountability Office of the Federal Education Department. And in the report, it states that Black and Hispanic students are more likely to attend schools with rules on dress codes than their white peers, and the policies put in place create an inequitable enforcement of discipline. Now, as a person who did go to a school with a dress code, I don't see an issue with just the basic idea of a dress code. And, I think if the base idea of the dress code is just, we just kind of want the students to come, we have a dress code, and, the reason for doing it is just you're here to learn. That's something different. I think if we wanted to stay on the topic of dress codes, we'd be here for a while. So I think to truly grasp this, I think we should need to talk about the issue of the inequitable enforcement of the dress codes, of the policies. I think that is the main issue, not the dress codes itself, but how they enforce the dress code is the issue. And this takes us back to our concept of, Rawls' theory of justice and the veil of ignorance. Because if we were to design a dress code that is fair, we wouldn't really put any basis of race or background in it. And the only thing we truly want would be for it to be enforced equally for everybody. Which, according to the recent report, that's not happening. Black and Hispanic students are facing harsher consequences under dress code policies, which, tells us these rules are probably not being enforced fairly. Which, to me, brings us to the idea of colorblindness, which some people don't truly like colorblindness. They say it robs people of their identity and stuff like that. But in this case, I believe we need colorblindness in a sense of you don't see color, you just see that's a violation of the dress code. Doesn't matter what race the child is, that's a violation of the dress code. This is our consequence for it. If you do that, you get this. Doesn't matter who you are, what you did. Doesn't matter who you are. If you did this, you get this consequence. No one gets a worse consequence because if they did that one thing, they get that same consequence. I think if schools really want to keep these dress codes, I think they need to really ensure these rules are, put across fairly across the board. Just dress codes really should be, more about respect, not control. And I think we really need to be sensitive to diverse identities. Students, bring school with them. We also need to realize that the dress code do deal with identity. For students, especially students of color, how they represent themselves is often tied to their culture. And if we punish them for it, it's not really just unfair, it's harmful. It's really saying your identity is something we don't agree with, which is going to make them not want to go to school, because why would you go somewhere who doesn't agree with how you feel, or things like that. So I think schools really need to rethink how they implement these rules, and they should focus really on fostering an environment of respecting everyone's identity. Thank you.